A few days ago, I found myself engaged in a conversation on a Facebook group with some law school students about, the difficulties they'd had in passing or doing well with their first year grades, otherwise known as 1L grades. And of course, I tried to help and I tried to share tips and insights, including some of the videos we posted on this channel on how law school comes down to math and some strategies that you can incorporate without even studying to help your law school GPA. But then, after I signed off, so to speak, I sat there and I thought, man, the hardest part of law school, I don't even think is the grades, because as I explained in these, other videos I posted, and as I explained to these students, the grades to me, I was able to take it from a place of like rock bottom on the very first set of midterms I did in 1L. They averaged out to something okay by the end of the year because the finals really brought me up. I kind of tapped onto the strategy by then, but 2 and 3L, which was a fresh start in those years, I was regularly receiving handwritten notes from professors congratulating me on receiving the highest grade in their class. So to say I tapped onto the formula and that there is a formula and that it works, I think is a pretty accurate reflection of what happened in my law school journey. So owing to that, because there is that formula which provides predictability, which means that it can be replicated over and over again successfully, I wouldn't even classify the academic part as the most difficult part of law school. So, sitting here as a lawyer now, what do I think was the most difficult part of law school? And for those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Pamela Metani. I'm a business lawyer and the founder of Graphene Business Law, a law firm offering virtual law services throughout the province of Ontario in Canada, and of course working exclusively with business owners and entrepreneurs. As our slogan states, it's all business all the time here at Graphene. If you're new to our channel, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and click on the subscribe button down below. Now, what did I think was the hardest part of law school? I thought that would be a funny little video to put out in case other people are feeling the same way. It's okay, there's like 8 billion of us under the sun. I am sure that at least one other person on this earth is feeling the same way I did about what was the most challenging or annoying part about law school. To me, honestly, without further ado, it was the social aspect, the social bit. It was, going to the library to see these half-witted students ripping pages out of the textbook so that you wouldn't have access to the same reading material that they did, and they could have the special sauce. As if I couldn't just go online and find those pages, as if I couldn't log on to Westlaw, as if I couldn't ask a professor to see a copy of their book, as if there wasn't a million other ways I could find the same resources that they literally vandalized from the school library that they're paying themselves to maintain. Okay, so that kind of example. It was the example of somebody, people telling each other they were besties. And to be fair, a lot of this for me is observational as opposed to lived experience, because I, separate from a lot of those annoyances, if you will, of the social realm, because it's not paying my bills. What's the point? It's not, keeping me looking good. It's not doing anything for me. So I didn't really engage in that too much, but I remember hearing friends, 2 friends, for example, did a moot together, and, they practiced, and the other one was like, oh, like, don't worry, we're just gonna wing it tomorrow, this and that. And I don't really want to do this. And then the two ladies showed up, and the person that said she was gonna wing it and she didn't want to do this, she went like beast mode. She went on to win the whole thing, keep like the winning participant and the best oral advocacy and this and that. So, she'd obviously put on a fake front for her friend/colleague. It was, at the end of the day, these moots are like 30-40 people, so chances of winning off the bat are like 1 out of 30. If you knock down the person next to you, if you knock down your own bestie, what a great place to start. You have a higher chance than the average other participant in this moot, because you've knocked somebody out before even showing up by lying to that person. Okay. So, it was the social scenes. It was the girl, why don't you come and party and this and that. And, the midterm's not going to be that hard and this and that. And then you message the people like the week of the midterm and you can't get a hold of anybody. Well, everybody's studying. Everybody that told you to party is now studying. Okay. So these social betrayals and backstabbings and, quite frankly, freaking stupidities came out, in abundance in law school. And it was like shocking to see for me personally. I'd gone through, I went to an undergrad, the best all-women's undergrad in the world, Wellesley College, shout out to Wellesley in Boston. And I mean, intellectually speaking, like, this was the cream of the crop. And I was able to fast forward all the like high school stupidities and dramas and cliques and all of that, and genuinely enter a place where the most prized possession was your mind, and what you could do with it is how you would win at life. Okay. And that attitude, I always loved about my undergrad experience. When it came time for law school, though, you find out that a lot of people are there not for the most genuine reason, so to speak. Somebody's there because daddy promised them that, they're going to get a certain kind of inheritance if they just make themselves a lawyer. Please, okay? Somebody else is there because of social pressure. Somebody else is there, just for the money, doesn't even care about, helping people at all. People have their reasons. You notice I'm not commenting on any of these reasons and saying if it's right or wrong. Everybody walks their own path in life. But all of these ulterior motives and, quite frankly, sometimes stupidities brought to the table really tweak the algorithm of the law school setting, I found, for the negative a lot of times. And owing to that, the social aspect, and notice here, I could say so much on how socially, it affected extracurriculars, how it affected clubs, how it affected, and by clubs, I know people watch these videos, it's actually lovely to see that viewers watch these videos from so many different countries around the world. So I want to be clear, with certain terms, like by clubs, I don't mean a party club. I mean like organizations, right? Or clinics, legal aid clinics, things like that. The socials impact every single bit of those things, because the people picking students for legal aid clinics are what, like 2 L's and you're 1 L? Come on, okay? It's not, the pariahs of earth picking these students, right? It's people picking their besties, okay? And so the cycle continues. And that's what I mean. The social was just incredibly weird and bizarre in law school from what I observed. Of course, some experiences I went through myself. I mean, I wasn't this like alien child floating through time and space, although I did, for the most part, keep out of what I considered total BS. Now, what do you do if you're in this setting? First of all, if you're coming to this video, I think some part of you is assuming that this is like a negative setting to be in. It's not. Be thankful that you can see people for who they really are. Be thankful that you're at a stage where these games no longer excite you. Be thankful that, this isn't the biggest thing you have going on in your life, like misleading somebody else as to what you're doing with your night if you're studying or partying. Like, who cares? You want to party, you want to study. And be thankful for all the energy you'll conserve and reroute into something like, hey, I don't know, getting good grades. Hey, I don't know, learning how to do well in law school, learning how to help people, right? It's that kind of like the Mark Zuckerberg theory, where I think he wears like what looks like the same t-shirt every day, but it's not. And it's this like super high quality, super expensive set of t-shirts that he has. And it looks like the same thing, but it saves energy every morning having to decide what to wear. You get to save energy too, because all these people are deciding what, face to put on in the morning. You get to pick that same beautiful face every single day and show up to law school to learn and to be a better person and to be able to help those around you. Okay, so I wanted to put that video out there. Like I said, it was inspired by this, conversation I took part in on Facebook, how these students were, really worried about how poorly they'd done academically in 1L. And I was like, that's all fixable, honey. Like that's a math. People are not a math. People are harder to work with. And of course, being a lawyer at the end of the day is a social based service and business. So don't get me wrong. Like, I love my clients. I love learning from people. I love engaging with people. I love having meaningful conversation with people. But the conversations I saw and some I experienced in law school, I don't know what the value add was there. So I decided, for myself, it was best to not necessarily partake at all. Okay. That being said, you do you. Just as I can't give legal advice to strangers online, I'm reluctant to call this life advice as well, because I don't want you turning around and saying I did exactly what Pam said, and I didn't engage in all the social BS, but guess what? Now my grades suck too, or like it backfires somehow on you. So you make your own choices, but for what it's worth, that's my experience. The hardest part about law school had nothing to do with grades at all. And if you're struggling with grades, I'll link in the description box below some of the videos that I've shared with other students and I've heard are super helpful as to how to make or how to turn law school into a math setup. Okay, like it's just that formula. Okay, thank you for watching. If if you have any comments, of course, please comment down below. Or I know sometimes we get more private inquiries on our welcome email, info@graphenebusinesslaw.ca, and our website, of course, is graphenebusinesslaw.ca. Thank you for watching.